gentlemen, and welcome to the lair of the film Exorcist. Tonight I will be reviewing The Helpful Fox Senko-san, the story of a stressed salesman and the 800-year-old fox spirit that takes care of him. Now, if you're wondering what's on my left shoulder, it's a little fox. Why is there a fox on my shoulder, you ask? Because I decided, since we're doing fox demigods in this episode, or kitsus, I decided, why not have a little fox in this video with me? So, let's get on to the crew. The director is Tomoaki Koshida, the story was written by Yoshihiko Nakamura, music was created by Yoshiaki Fujisawa, and it was created by Studio Doga Kobo. The cast involves Senko, who is voiced by Izumi Wakai and Christine McGuire. Kuroto Nakano is voiced by Junichi Sawabe and Aaron Campbell. Shiro is voiced by Maya Ichida and Christine Suton. And lastly, Yasuko Konaji is voiced by Anya Sakura and Hayden Devaya. Now, on to my opinion. Let me start off by saying I love the main characters in this show, especially Senko, the adorable cute ball of fluffy joy, who shows up throughout this anime as the little, I guess you could sometimes say, wife or maid. We also have Nakano, who strangely reminds me very much of the guy in the music video, A Little Slice of Heaven by Avenged Sevenfold, one of my favorite rock bands. That was one of the weirdest videos I've seen from them. And let me be clear, he's still a really great character, no matter how many times we watch him sleep or fluff Sanko's very fluffy tail. And to be completely honest, I'm very jealous of Nakano, especially since he gets to come home each episode to that cute little fox and her super soft tail. And this is all despite my huge love of cats and cat girls, which can oddly be found in my episode where I reviewed My Roommate as a Cat a few weeks or a month ago. And now, unlike Kaguya-sama, Love is War, which I reviewed last week, regrettably, this show makes a great use of the small environment, whether it's the tiny apartment that Nakano and Sanko live in together, or the workplace that Nakano goes to every day. Now, it's also the small cast of characters. Because of them, it focuses more on the aspect of Senko and Nakano's close relationship and how it affects the story as a whole. It's also the small moments like how the two interact together in this small environment. Senko and Nakano playing with the latter's tail is just one of the many examples that makes you feel warm and fuzzy watching it. Especially me, and I felt that way throughout the entire show. There's also a lot of funny moments in the series, like when Senko tries to use a vacuum, and due to her sensitive hearing and her animal instincts, she gets scared and basically turns into a real scaredy cat. Now, since I can't really find much wrong with this show, except for the underuse of Yuzuru, who's only in this show for like 4 episodes, I've decided that maybe I should explain some of the references to other anime and games you can find in this show. Now, to start, I'd like to mention the most obvious, which is the over-reference to Dragon Ball Z when Nakano watches Senko as she goes Super Saiyan in the beach episode and claims that her power level has to be over 9,000, just like Vegeta in many of the shows of Dragon Ball Z. There's also the obvious reference to Super Smash Bros. Melee when we see the title of Nakano's game, which is called Super Fluff Bros. Melee. And that's about it, other than half the stuff in the show being called Fluff or Floof or Fluffy, like many of the video games that we see, or the local convenience store, which is happily named Fluffy Mart. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a huge fan of this anime, and its characters, especially Senko and Shiro, my 2 favorite fox girls. And I'm also a fan of how its creators paid so much attention to each detail, like adding all the Fox references and all the fluff, and that little meme in the last episode where we see the supposed strong fox, the one with the muscles everyone sees, sitting next to Yuzuru, which makes me realize how much work they mostly put into it. This show gets the loving roommate concept down, and they didn't go overboard with the supernatural demigod part, like using that fire way too much. And there's also the amazing shorts after the ending credits called Super Senko Time, or Super Shiro Time, or Super Sora Time, which we get to see the point of view of Nakano in a way, which I really enjoyed, especially with the up-close view of our lovely fox girl, Senko-san. So, I'm glad to give this show a 10 out of 10, and I pray to the fox gods that there will be a second season in our future, and I'm happy to announce that the next week I will be reviewing The Promised Neverland, one of my favorite 2019 animes. So I'll see you guys next week, and please don't forget to fluff your foxtails, and also your cats and your dogs. Anything fluffy must be protected. We must protect the floof. Good night, everybody.